So I wasn't really expecting to make this video, but all of a sudden I started thinking that I have songs that I've written that I've only recorded audio for on my cell phone, and I can't do anything with them, was the thought that I had. But I got into a conversation with a person that I know that is really talented at music, and I was trying to convince them that what they should do is they should put their songs on YouTube. And, well, I realized that I was preaching to the choir. Not that they were the choir, but that I was the choir. And that I wanted to sing, and I had all these songs that I had recorded, and what was stopping me from putting them up was pride. Straight up pride. I could blame it on a lot of things, but those are just excuses. You know, previously the story was, oh, well, I don't have a good enough camera. Um, and I finally figured out that cameras actually don't matter when it comes to music. They matter in terms of people's perception, but oh, I don't care about that. I just want to create music and share it. So, this person that I was talking to, she's very talented, and I was asked to help her make a very professional recording of something, and I was trying to tell her that the best thing to do is to just start small, to start with whatever you have, and in the process of trying to convince her that, it's just I realized I'm literally just not following my own advice. I'm just being a hypocrite. I have all these ideas for this other person, and I think I know what's totally right, and I'm totally wrong because I'm giving her advice, and I have the same desires, and I'm not even following that advice. It's not even that I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking out of naivety, wanting very much to have accomplished something and trying to live vicariously through somebody else. And that's something that I am guilty of. So here I am sitting at a piano with hair that I haven't washed in like a week. I didn't want it to be my first video, but who am I to try to be something that I'm not? If I haven't washed my hair in a week, why am I going to go do it now just so that when the camera's on, I'm better? Like, I'm not better. It's just me. So anything I'm doing that's putting on a different outfit or trying to wash my hair before I would be on camera, that's just really egotistical. Is me thinking that my music wouldn't translate what it needs to, and that somewhere I need to compete on like a fashion sense. It's a lot of like thoughts in my brain that are not how I actually feel. It's just thoughts that I have adopted from listening to other people's conversations about what's important. And those conversations, by the way, were written for TV shows, movies, things that are supposed to sell products. And by listening to those things, I start to adopt those mindsets. So I start to think that those things are important. They're not important. What's important is that as a musician, my music is something that people connect with, and that's it. If I want to achieve fame and notoriety, and I want to be regarded as a fashion icon, that is separate from music. That is a different industry entirely. And if those things matter to me, then those are the things that I should pay attention to. But what I've held to my entire life is that I want to do music. I have never cared about fashion. I was the kid in third grade that was wearing Adidas when Airwalks were cool, and then I wore Fila when uh, Pumas were cool. I just like I didn't even care. It was just like, oh, there's a sneaker that I can wear that someone gave me for my birthday. I don't care if it's my grandma that gave me this stuff. It's like I'm just gonna put it on. But over time, I started to just pay attention to the voices. Oh, Nick, why you got these old sneakers? What do you mean old? I didn't know they were old. So those thoughts, they started to creep into my life, and I started to make them part of my personal opinions about myself too. Even the fact that I liked wearing my hair really long. And then at some point, someone said I was in sixth grade, and I had my hair really long, and someone's like, "Why are you wearing your hair so long? You look like a girl." And I was like, "Oh, I should cut it." I had liked it up until then. Even now, I have super long hair, and I also have a dreadlock. And I have people in my life that have asked me for like 3 years because I have this dreadlock. When are they gonna let me cut? When am I gonna let them cut it? And I'm like, cut it? Why? Why are you telling me that you want to cut my hair when I haven't talked about wanting to cut it myself? I mean, granted, it doesn't look like I'm blank, right? It doesn't look like I'm one of the cool kids that has their hair shaved on one side and whatever. I have this like one big dreadlock that my friend made. That's another long story, but a lot of people have a lot of opinions about the way that I do things, and I'm sure that they have opinions about you too. But to me, what has always mattered to me is that I like me. And when I do something that I like and someone else doesn't like that thing about me, a lot of times in my life I've sacrificed what I actually felt that I liked doing, whether it's making music or acting or um, not caring about clothes, whatever. It's just I've let other people's opinions infiltrate my own identity. It's, it's whack. It's just it's not the way I want to live because I end up buying into other ideas about who I should be instead of what I feel about myself. So I'm sitting at this piano because I've been writing some music and I've been recording it on my cell phone, just doing audio versions of it. And I've been thinking one day I'm going to get to a professional studio and I'm going to record myself professionally and I'm going to make a behind the scenes video of my recording process and I'm going to shoot a music video with professional cameras and I'm going to have a professional photo shoot for my professional album release and I'm going to hire a professional publicist to brand myself as a professional musician. And all that stuff I've been saying, one day I'm going to get to the big time. And I think I've missed the boat of well, I'll call it the ship of importance. It's a whack name of a ship. Anyway, this entire time has been stressful because I've been looking at myself on camera and thinking, why am I still talking? Why am I not just making music? But uh, as I have a lot of reasons that I want to share that I haven't done this music, only for my own benefit, so that when I look back at this one day, I can say, why did it take so long to start sharing music that I wanted to share? Why was I talking in this video for so long? At this point in my life, I'm 28. I've written maybe about 1,000 songs. Some of them, some people like. I've been playing piano, trying to play piano, I guess is what I call it, because I have a dad that's a professional pianist, and when I think about myself as a pianist, I just can't even begin to describe myself as a pianist. And yet, I know that that is unfair to myself and to other people because if I'm not calling myself a pianist, then what hope does somebody else have that doesn't play piano as well as I can? Because I actually think I can play piano kind of well. And so if I'm discrediting myself, then what hope does anybody else have who uh, would see what I can do and say to themselves, well, he's a pianist and I'm not. And I'm not trying to big myself up. I'm really just aware that I have a choice, and it's either to compare myself or to just be myself. And I'm happy to be myself. It's one of the first times in my life I feel like I am myself, making music and sharing it with people. I picked up the guitar maybe 2 years ago, and it sat in the corner, and I didn't do a single thing with it. And then about a year ago, I started writing a few songs on guitar, and just seeing, okay, I only know a few chords, and maybe I can write two songs only, because these chords get repetitive, but that's something positive because it's something I like to do. And in July, um, I asked my mom for $40, and I bought a mini guitar, like really small, and I started playing music on the street, and I would just put out a hat, and I I had like three songs. I just played them over and over again, and I didn't really like the sound of my voice. That's another thing that I've been thinking about in my life that I wanted to get better at, but I just tried to make it sound good, and then I decided that I wanted to do it for 2 hours a day, um, just because I really wanted to push myself. It was something I cared about doing, and so I started playing my songs over and over and over again. And then while I was out there on the street and I noticed people walking by, I would think of other ideas for songs and I would try to write them there on the spot. And so it's been 3 months. It's now September, and I've been playing music pretty much 2 hours every day. I did 2 hours today. Um, so it's like 90 days, 2 hours every day. And I think I wrote some good songs in the last 3 months, um, to the point where I have like an hour of music on guitar now. I can sing my songs. And 3 months ago, there's no way that I would have ever thought I would be playing guitar. At most, I thought I would be kind of playing some piano or something here and there, but it just really didn't occur to me that I was going to be a street musician playing music. Um, it's weird. This is, when I think about this is actually what I'm doing, it's really weird to me because I've been hiding from this version of myself, which I feel is the real self, for a long time. I've been pretending to do a lot of other stuff that I thought I cared about based on the ideas that I have seen other people do. I don't know if you can understand that, but earthly success is something that I look at as having been important in my life. Um, Seeing people win Oscars and awards and all sorts of things, and thinking, oh well, if I'm not that, then I'm shit. And so my path to trying to get to that has been like, oh, I need to make a lot of money, and then I need to hire the right like PR people to promote my stuff. And like I said, I've missed this entire part up until recently. I've missed this entire part of my life where I'm doing anything I enjoyed doing. I was trying to keep up and do a lot of stuff that I didn't enjoy doing, so that I could get to a point where I could like buy my way into it. But with music, with music, it's like music is something which, when it's done from the soul, it can't be bought. There's a lot of music that is created which is for commercial purposes. It's selling ideas, selling products. I don't like a lot of the music that is currently popular. I feel like a lot of the music that's currently popular keeps some of the same tropes of life is only meant for meaningless sex, and life is only meant to get rich, and a lot of the things that I feel that have been preached in commercialism and in capitalism, and I don't feel that that is the purpose of music. I feel like music is a purpose. The purpose of music is to communicate our most deepest sense of self, which I don't feel has anything to do with money or products or anything. I feel like it has to do with feelings. Um, and I I feel like what I want to do with my time here is to share myself. And I feel like the way that I know myself is through my music. And when I'm not doing that, I don't know who I am. Um, it helps me process a lot of things in my life. Breakups, um, whether I should try harder for this person or just gotta let it go. And I sit down at the piano and I feel through the music. Um, Sometimes I'm just awkward when I talk. I can't lie. I just feel really awkward sometimes. Um, and I feel less awkward when I'm making music. I feel like I'm able to just clearly see truth in myself. And when I'm talking, it's like, especially to especially to people that I look up to, I'm talking, I just say like really dumb. I'm judging myself, but I've come a long way. Anyway, that's a long enough video of just talking, no music. And I'm starting to get to the point where I realize that I have been talking purposely to avoid making a video where I'm doing music because I'm still a little bit self-conscious about sharing my music. Um, so I'm gonna stop talking now.